trip.
Get it, shoot it again.
Here's Atlanta.
I got some for him. Catch up, baby.
Collison to Parker. Jabari Parker. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
From long range. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The assist from number 2, Derek Collison.
Here comes the screen. No, I missed a short one there. Memphis, they've got it. Three quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Grizzlies have the lead. Grizzlies get the first crack at it as we begin the fourth quarter. And they were able to flip the script in the third because, remember, Jay, they trailed at the break.
Yeah, but if they come out here in the fourth quarter and they think about protecting that lead, that is the wrong mindset. You don't want to protect anything. You want to go after it and hunt it. That's how you really get a win.
Pass to the rim. Baseline drive. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Screen come on left.
Grizzlies with 4 to shoot.
Watch that cutter.
Knocks it down off the step back.
That might there, considering the score.
To Kevin Huerter. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
To Booker. Fires the three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Memphis with the rock. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Collison into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Down low to Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. He's now 5 for 6.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Look at that, calm under. Nice extra move there.
Add 2 points to the board.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
It's Atlanta ball. To Collison. And the denial.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
It's me, I got it.
Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Into the front court comes Collison. His guys now trailing by a point. To Allen Crabbe. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Collison into the front court. His guys down 3. Knocked loose. Falls loose. Look at him on the deck. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he buries it. Jay upping the ante.
To make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Here comes the screen. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. So it's going to stay with Memphis. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Number 11 and number 5, Jabari Parker.
5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Trae Young. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we...
It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse. They kick out for, guess what, another one.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Trae Young. That's going to be out of bounds.
Take care of the ball.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Shot clock winding down. Beyond the arc for 3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Parker into the front court. They're down 3. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Deep two there. Won't go.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. It's Grizzlies ball. Here's a chance from long range. Buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
That pass stolen by the Hawks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Off the mark on his free throw. For three. Smothering deep. To Parker. Has a chance. Parker off the mark. Tosses. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Hawks have it. To Trae Young. Screen coming. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. To Allen Crabbe. Fires the three. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Grizzlies own the basketball.
2 minutes
Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. 4-3. And the rebound taken by the big lefty, Monroe.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
Cell check.
Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. ISO, yeah.
The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Oh!
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way. Time to shuffle things up.
Number 1, Devin Booker.
Cashes in for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Jabari Parker.
Right. ISO, clear up. Go fast. Give it to him.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
The Hawks will use a timeout, and this is where the coaches earn their cash. Let's see what they design down by 2 here in the final minute of play. To Trae Young. He got a piece. That's going to be out of bounds. Trae Young. To Allen Crabbe. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Grizzlies get the victory as they win a close one by 2. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies edged out a close victory in today's game. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Check out the leading scores for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Hawks finished on the losing end of a close score. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.